I made a bunch of me talking to set these little videos up for Joe's Storytime for Storytime with Joe, and a couple of clips that didn't take in the editing software. So I used one of my apps to make an MP4 file into an MP4 file, and it fooled the video editing app twice. But now I'm having problems. So I'm going to try making a couple of clips with the movie camera and see if I could fool the video editing software. Anyway, I want to talk about non-NHL hockey in the United States. There's a lot more of it than you'd think, and it's all over Texas. I can't think of the name of the league, but San Antonio has a team. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of something else. San Antonio has a team called the Rampage. They're in the American Hockey League, which is the AAA of NHL hockey. The team isn't there anymore. They've moved to Henderson, Nevada, which I talk about in a little bit later in this clip. But when we were in Victoria for the two winters, we didn't go to San Antonio unless we were staying for 3 or 4 days normally. We would go to 2 hockey games and sightsee, and one time we went to the Globetrotters, and then the weekend hockey. The Sunday hockey was 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and by the time the game is over and it's a long drive to Victoria, it's still doable, and we're retired. So anyway, there's hockey in Texas, and people go to this. So I'm going to show some little clips here about my editing software will download a JPEG and make it into a 5-second clip. So I got a little bit of that, and then I'm going to talk some more about San Antonio, and so we'll see if it works. Now, we only went to San Antonio from Victoria if we had other business up there, or if there were I know once we went and it was like 3 games in 4 days, or we went to the Globetrotters and then stayed the weekend and saw two Rampage games. So it was a long way to go just for hockey, but if we tied it into some other type of, 3 or 4 day visit to San Antonio, we could take in the hockey. Well, we had the same seats, and the soda was right behind us in the bathroom, and I'm at that age where the bathroom matters, and it was a good time, and the tickets were fairly priced, and except for they didn't let me bring my regular camera in, my Canon. They said it was a professional camera, and I thought, oh, Christ Jesus, you idiot. So but it was a really good time, and in the clip you saw me posing with the Rampage girls, and in the actual on ice clips, the teal uniforms are the San Jose Barracuda, the AHL San Jose Sharks franchise that plays at the Shark Tank even. So a couple of teams have that, at least 2 that I could think of, but I can't think of the other one. But it's not uncommon in the AHL NHL relationship to have that, but I do know that the Barracuda do that. Anyway, the team was sold and moved to Henderson, Nevada, which is, if you don't know, it's a suburb of Las Vegas. Well, it's like 300,000 or 400,000 people now, it seems here to me. The place is just enormous. And I guess that there's an arena being built, and their team moved to Henderson. In fact, I have friends, Joanne and Michael. Joanne, I went to high school with. She married Michael recently, as a matter of fact. and they live in Henderson, so it's an enormous place. So you wouldn't think that hockey in Texas, and they drew well, so I guess they saw a better opportunity. Anyway, I'll talk about hockey in Texas in a different clip for a different city. So here you go. Well, first off, in the other clips, I was saying that the clips I didn't take, that I wanted to talk about Nana, and I always thought it was Nana, and it wasn't, and it wasn't until right now where I realized it's not Nana, it's Mama. God, dude, you're an idiot. Anyway, Mama sat way down low, as you can see. One of the times we went, I didn't buy my regular seats in time, so we had to sit somewhere else, and they were good seats, and they were down low, but they were a little bit further from the bathrooms and the concessions. Anyway, Nana was there when we got there, and was there after we left. I mean, when the Rampage took the ice for pregame warm-ups, she was banging on that glass, hooting and hollering, and she rarely stopped except for the intermission in between periods. I wish I had that type of energy. God love Mama. She was just right there. You go get on your bed self, Mama. So I wanted to talk about that. I forgot about that. So thank you for watching a little bit more Joe Storytime with Joe, and here you go. Hockey in San Antonio.